Hey guys!
My name is David.
And I'm Tiara. And welcome to Keeping Up with the Maddox. First off, we just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's subscribed to us, who follows us. I think we're at how much now, babe?
Last I checked, we're at 130.
Yes, 135 subbies. We love you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing to us. We love you all. We really appreciate it.
130 or 135, somewhere around.
It's at 135, I think, because I just checked like a few minutes ago. But
okay.
Yeah, we just wanted to say thank you guys so much for subscribing to us, liking us, commenting. We see all of your guys' likes. We see all of your guys' comments.
Thank you.
We really love you guys and appreciate that. And to some other people, it might not be a whole lot starting off, but for us, we're appreciative to God for every single person that we get, whether it's one person or 10,000 or 100. We are appreciative of all of it because you guys don't have to follow us. You guys don't have to like anything. You don't even have to comment. So we're just grateful that you guys do, and we're super appreciative, and we love you guys. And once we get to 500 subbies, we will be doing a giveaway. We're not going to say what it is yet, but we are going to do a giveaway once we get to 500 subbies. So
if you want that, be sure to subscribe, share, and also we just want to thank the new people that are coming around, or if you're just stumbling upon this video, we hope you subscribe and we hope you enjoy our content, because our content, we just want to show like just authenticity and just of how real we are, just a part of our day. So the fact that some of you guys even subscribe to that, like, thank you guys so much. Like, I can't tell you how crazy it is for me that God made this happen, because we did not expect to gain that much of attraction really fast.
Right, in that short amount of time. Because we've only been on YouTube for like, I want to say a month.
About two.
Like a month or two.
3, somewhere on there.
Yeah, I think it's about 2. And when we first started out, we're like, it's gonna take us forever to get on YouTube and like to get going. And my friend was like, girl, you guys are doing great, but you guys gotta post more. And I'm like, girl, you right, but it's so hard because we're so busy. But we just started posting more, and eventually it led us to here 135 subscribers. So again, no matter if it's 1, 10,000, 100, it doesn't matter, because I'm just glad that God is giving us people either way. Like, we're appreciative of it all. So
and we appreciate you guys for even keeping up with our shorts, because like she said, our schedules are more busy, so shorts are really the only ones that is a little bit easier to make and quicker. So but we do want to obviously make this time to make an actual like video besides the shorts too.
All right. So today's video, we just wanted to sit down and just discuss some things that's been going on with me in particular, and my recent diagnosis. I haven't really came out with it, but I've been dealing with some things and some symptoms for about a year and a half, 2 years now. That at first I wasn't really too worried. But as time went on, it just kind of progressed and got worse, and to the point where I'm like, I need to go figure out what's going on with me. So I want to start off by saying about 2 years ago, right around the time I met him, I had just started like my whole bodybuilding journey and doing that. Because for those of you who don't know, I am a fitness director, but before I became the fitness director at my gym, I was a personal trainer. And so I still train people, just about 3 people a week. But I was a personal trainer full time. And in the midst of that, I was also doing bodybuilding. And this was my first ever show that I had been preparing for.
Which was great. It was great, by the way.
Yes. And I had just started my cutting phase. And I noticed like right in the middle of my cut, I started to like feel like really depleted, super weak. Like I just didn't have any energy. I was starving. Just because anybody who's done bodybuilding, you know that when you start to cut, you're basically cutting back your calories, cutting back your fats, cutting back your carbs. And the reason why is because you have to lean out so that your muscle can come through, so that way when you step on stage, you're stage ready, right?
Or in other words, like you look pretty cut or shredded, as they say.
basically like minimal fat on you, but your muscles are there. You can see them, right? And so I was doing the bikini division, so I had to cut down quite a bit. Yeah. And so I was in the middle of that, but I did notice like it was hard for me to have any energy. I would be starving like every 45 minutes to an hour. And that's normal when you're cutting. So I didn't really think nothing of it because I'm like, okay, well, this is normal. This is just how it goes.
Yeah.
So fast forward to peak week. I get on stage. I placed 5th in my division.
First show, by the way.
My first show. Thanks to my coach at the time, and thanks to Coach Madeline, who also is a fitness director at my through my company that I work for, Fitness Quest, in the Washington State area. She really helped me in my last 2 weeks of my cut. Like, she helped me with my posing, getting everything dialed in, getting it together, and then just all the encouragement that I received from my Fitness Quest staff and members. So I did my show. After my show, I started to like reverse diet, and for about a week I did it correctly, but one thing that I noticed is that I just was not getting satiated. I was still feeling like dizzy, lightheaded. I couldn't really like, I just couldn't, if anybody knows what I'm saying, like I just couldn't get full. I couldn't be satiated. I couldn't feel full. And it was like no matter what I ate, it was like it would just go right through me. Like it wouldn't even stick, to the point where I was feeling like I could like function basically.
Her energy is like depleted a lot. No matter how much she ate, still it's like she just could not stay full. Like it was really difficult for her,
and it was almost like, so anybody who has diabetes, it's like if your blood sugar is really low, and then you're like shaky, you're weak, you're lightheaded, you're dizzy. Like that was me, like on a regular basis. Like it was an all day thing. It was really bad. And it was to the point where like I couldn't even hold my head up. I couldn't even like stand up. I would have to lean against something, because if I stand up straight, I'ma just feel like I want to fall over and pass out. And then I want to say last February, I had went to my doctor and I had expressed my concerns, because I'm like, hey, this isn't normal. And at the time she was like, well, maybe it's just taking your body a little bit longer because you've deprived it of certain fats, certain carbs with you doing your bodybuilding show. Like, this is normal, but we can do some labs. We'll just order a full blood panel test and we'll see what happens.
And this was months after.
Yeah, this was in February.
Months after.
Yeah, because I did my blood work in February, and my bodybuilding show was in April.
Yeah.
So it was like months later. And the reason why I didn't go in right away is because I just thought it was because of my cutting and my bodybuilding. Like, I wasn't aware that other things was going on. So I actually have the labs right here. I'm going to pull them up. So when I got my labs done in last February, or the February before last, everything came back good except for my hematocrit was high, slightly on the higher side.
Hematocrit.
Oh, hematocrit. Sorry, I can never pronounce that word. But he's the medical person, not me.
Medical guy.
He's the medical guy. He works in the hospital, not me. But my hematocrit was slightly high, and my MCHC was slightly on the lower side. And what does that mean again, babe? What does that mean?
So, your MCHC, that's part of, if you ever had your blood work done, like a CBC, also known as a complete blood count. Basically what that is, it's just basically getting a full analysis of your blood levels, like your CBC, like your MCV, hematocrit, your hemoglobin, MCHC. So that's just all it is. And basically what they look in that is they'll put it like on a glass slide, and we perform what's called a manual differential. So when we perform a manual differential, we're basically looking at the morphology of the red blood cells, and we also see if there's like any abnormal white blood cells, which typically if you're a normal guy or a gal, like there's not really a whole lot. Like you'll see like everything's like normal basically. So your MCHC, it's just, what that means is it's mean cell hemoglobin, what is it? Mean cell hemoglobin, something. I can't remember exactly, but it's kind of like saying how, like, I guess the ratio part of your your RBCs are, and basically just how you are essentially. So that's all it is, and it was like slightly elevated, but nothing like too warning or like nothing crazy where it was like a warning.
Right.
So, and her hematocrit was barely elevated,
like slightly.
Yeah,
high.
very slightly. So it was not that much of you know, a ringer for that, but
Right.
I mean it looked normal for the most part, because for us we were thinking like, oh, maybe because her body's still getting adjusted to like getting the nutrients and the food she needed like, you know, when she was eating normal, like even in her bulking phase too. Maybe we're thinking like, oh, her body's just getting used to it, but then as it progressed over time, it just was not going that way like we thought it would.
Right. And then like when I went and talked to my doctor back in February when we got these labs done, once I got it back, she was like, I don't really see any like concern. She was like, but we'll order a full blood panel, and if your glucose levels come back a little off, then I'll order like an A1C, and we'll get your glucose test done, an A1C, insulin resistant. And I'm like, okay, that's fair. So I did that, and that's what the test showed. She said, honestly, you're slightly on, like once I got my results back, she was like, to be honest, I don't see anything that's a concern, because you're barely scratching the surface of any issue for me to like be like, oh, this is a concern. She's like, nothing I saw raised a concern. Only thing I would say is you're probably either dehydrated, or you tend to get really dehydrated, or you're slightly on more of the anemic side. But she said I would based off what you're telling me, you're slightly on the anemic side.
Yeah.
So she's like, just pay attention to that. Make sure you're eating like things that are high in iron or rich in iron. Make sure that you're taking an iron supplement. If you're not, just make sure you're getting that, because if you're anemic, you have very low iron. She's like, I don't see anything that's a concern, but you are slightly on the anemic side. So we're gonna fast forward a whole year later into the last 6 months. So the last 6 months, I still have the same symptoms, but now it's getting worse. Now it's getting to the point where like my blood sugar, like it felt like my blood sugar was dropping like 3 times a day. I can't stand up. I can't function. I have like these really bad headaches that would start from all the way back here, come forward, and it would just sit like through here and through here. And it was like once the headache moved to like the front, like the side of my temples and into my sinuses, that's when I'm like, nope, I'm for sure gonna pass out. And it was like the only thing that would help is orange juice, apple juice, you know, like juices that are high in sugar, just to make me feel normal, and then I could eat. Like it was to the point where it was like, if I tried to eat, I would probably be getting sick, or it would just make me extremely nauseous. And it would make it worse.
Also, like, you know, our routine, even when we go to bed at night, sometimes she's still hungry, you know, and she just feels really bad. So it's like, what we end up having to do is we ordered like McDonald's fries, because there's a McDonald's that lives near us, just for her to feel like somewhat normal. But she still felt like, you know, kind of lethargic-ish. Right. And also, I just want to clarify too, this is also not to like discredit our provider or anything, because we also have a friend that's a PA as well, just to get like second opinion. Like we're not doubting her or anything.
I ask him for advice all the time when it comes to my health. And to be honest, like some other things that came into play, like with my diagnosis, and we're going to talk about what my diagnosis was after I got my insulin resistant and my glucose test done, my A1C, was I've been on birth control for a year now. So that also didn't help, because it would like, if you're on birth control, you know, your appetite goes from like this to this. And it happened really fast. Like I gained 35 pounds in the last year just from being on birth control. And it wasn't the progesterone that causes the appetite. It's because there is so much progesterone and estrogen going into your body. It makes your appetite go from this to this. So it makes you like eat everything, and it makes your stomach feel like a bottom pit. Like you're never full. You're just always like hungry every like hour or two. So you want to eat. So that was me. I was also eating. So that's another thing that I thought, I'm like, okay, well maybe it's just the birth control. No, it wasn't. I was completely off. It was a mix of different things. But because like I was stressed out, because I was also training like 19 clients at the time. I had just got promoted to being a manager at that time, so I was also managing. And I was also getting home really late, wasn't taking care of my health, wasn't working out like how I used to, definitely wasn't eating like how I used to. So there's a lot of other factors that caused it other than just the cut. The cut was what kicked it off, but like the birth control, the stress, me not working out, me not eating right, it just made it 10 times worse. And so like last month I had a really like bad blood sugar drop. My blood sugar had got to like 60, almost into like 59, 58, and that was really bad because I was like a millisecond away from passing out. Like when I tell you, I literally, and I can remember it, like I literally went to the cleaners to go get my, not the cleaners, but the tailor, excuse me, to go get my dress fitted, and literally on the way there, I felt crappy, and then on the way back, I was on the phone with him actually, and I didn't feel good at all, and then like I made it back to my job in time. I literally raced over to like this little bowling alley center that's close to my job. I like ran over there, grabbed an orange juice, chugged it, because I was like, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. And the ladies were like, you've had like 3 orange juices today, you need another one? And I'm like, yeah, I don't feel good. Like, you need to go home, sweetie, like go home please. And so I like called my other manager, I tell him what's going on. He was like, yeah, get out of here. And my boss, he called me, my boss texted me, he's like, are you okay? Because by this point, like when I went home, it was like 2 days later, he hadn't heard from me. But that day I went home, it was like a Wednesday, I called him. He came and got me because I couldn't drive after that. I was like, I can't. And I literally just start sobbing because I'm like, I've been dealing with this for almost 2 years now. I told my provider what was going on. I've talked to my friend who's a PA as well, and he told me, okay, get a glucose monitor, and I want you to track everything that you're eating, and I want you to take your blood sugar before you eat and after you eat. So I'm literally pricking my finger with the little glucose thingy every like time I eat, before I eat, and at like an hour after. And literally, I kid you not, every 30 to 45 minutes my blood sugar would drop into the 60s, the low 60s. And it was like that. I think I had what, 3 drops per day?
Yeah, something like that.
It was like 2 to 3 drops per day, and it was really bad. And then the one that I had on that Wednesday, it went down to like 60. That's the lowest it's ever gotten, and trust me, I felt it.
And I ended up having to pick her up from work because I think I was just getting off work.
You just got off work. So
I was almost home, but then I ended up driving back because she told me like, hey, like, babe, you gotta pick me up like now. So we did that. Then after that, Thanksgiving kind of rolls around. Because it was around Thanksgiving, almost.
Was it? I thought it was in December. It was in December, babe.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, because I remember...
No, yeah, because it was 2 days before we went to Leavenworth.
Oh, yeah. So we did that. Eventually, we got the glucose monitor, so that was very helpful. So we kept track of basically, you know, the stuff she needed to help herself and stuff, so... Yeah,
and... So I went and got my the glucose monitor. I started tracking for a whole week. That, I want to say, oh, you know what? I went to go see my doctor 2 days prior to that episode that I had.
Oh, yeah.
So I went to go see my doctor 2 days before I had that episode, and she was like, I'll order we'll order the insulin resistant and the A1C. She's like, because that is weird. She's like, normally a lot of people can function with their levels being at 60. So the fact that you feel that low at 60, that's not good. She's like, that's really off. Let's just order the insulin resistant and the A1C and let's see what happens. So that night I get onto the my Quest or my chart to make myself an appointment at what was it? At the Quest Diagnostics.
Yeah, Quest Diagnostics.
I can't talk today. Sorry, I didn't have coffee today, guys. But I tried to make an appointment at MyQuest. They didn't have nothing available. Fast forward to that Wednesday, that's when the whole thing happened. So I called my doctor, and she was like, you know what? I'm just going to send this request over to Quest Diagnostics to see if they can get you in earlier. Literally, her receptionist calls me back. They're like, hey, I found an appointment for you at 7 a.m. the next day. I want you to, Dr. Kendall would like you to go in and get your labs done. So I literally looked on my MyChart or on my MyQuest. I got the notification saying that I had an appointment request for 7 a.m. I accepted it. And then I called my mom. She met me there. I went and got my blood work done. And keep in mind, when you go and get your blood work done, you have to fast. So I didn't eat anything past 8 o'clock. And honestly, that night was horrible for me because I had another blood sugar drop. And I felt how I always felt, but I couldn't have anything to get it back up because it was going to ruin, my test for the next morning. So I get to the lab. They do my blood sample and everything like that. Literally a week later, I get my results back. And I'm actually going to pull it up because I have it on my phone. So I have my results from when I went in and got my blood work done the second time. So I got my results on December 12th. And my hemoglobin A1C was at a 5.7. It shouldn't go past a 5. If it's at a 5.7 or a 6, they're going to consider you pre-diabetic, which is what my diagnosis is. I was diagnosed pre-diabetic based off of everything that we kind of felt and everything that I was saying. It did show that I am pre-diabetic, which we kind of were already assuming that I was on the lines of either diabetic or pre-diabetic. We just didn't know which one. And then I called my doctor after I got my results just to talk to her and see if she had any suggestions. She was like, okay, so you are pre-diabetic, but she's like, the weird thing is your insulin levels are really good, but why is your A1C slightly off? She's like, that's weird. I don't usually see that. Usually if one is off, the other is off. But your insulin's good, but your A1C is slightly elevated. So she was like, I don't think you need insulin right now. I don't think that you need to be on any medication. But what I want you to do is I want you to change your diet. I want you to go see a nutritionist. And I want you to keep working out. She's like, because honestly, it's probably just diet and stress. Those two things are probably what's spiking you into the early diabetes stage. And for those of you who don't know, my family does have diabetes run in my family on both sides, my mom and my dad's side. So when I'm hearing this, like I'm getting scared low key because I'm like,
I was getting scared too.
That's huge because I do have an aunt who does have one of her legs amputated because she didn't take care of her diabetes. So seeing that and then seeing certain family members of mine go through hardship just because their diabetes was not taken care of, that did scare me. So I'm like, oh no. Like the next morning I got to my gym, I met with my bosses, I talked to my other manager, we all sat down and came up with a plan for me. So I work out 6 times per week. I lift weights about 3 to 4 times a week, and then I run twice a week, just because I also am training for a 5K in the summer. Haven't decided which one I'm doing yet, but we'll look that up.
We're into that. We might record that too.
We might. But yeah, so I lift heavy weights 4 times a week, and I run about a mile and a half twice a week. And then my diet consists of high protein, high fats, just because when I talked to my doctor and also my nutritionist, she said, I want you eating high proteins, high fats. Your carbs have to be moderate. You need to stay away from processed sugars, any type of processed sugars, any processed foods, starches. Be careful of all of that because it breaks down into sugar. It'll spike your insulin and then it'll cause your blood sugar to drop really fast. And that's exactly what was happening is all the processed foods that I was eating, like the McDonald's, a lot of things that had a lot of different GMOs and things in it, like all that stuff that I was eating, just like quick little meals just to get through the day. All that stuff I was eating was spiking my blood sugar, or not my blood sugar, but my insulin, which was causing my blood sugar to drop really fast, which is why every 45 minutes to an hour after I would eat, that's why I would feel the way I was feeling because my insulin was being spiked too much. And so
essentially, we have to make home meals now, for the most part, which is really nice because, I mean, again, we do save money off that too, and more importantly, it does help her as well. So since we have made the transition over to home making food for the most part,
like homemade meals, all of that,
her energy levels have been way better.
Yeah, I have a lot of energy now.
She does not have a lot of drops.
Barely.
As much anymore.
Like barely. It still happens if I'm like not, if I didn't prepare or prep anything, then I am in danger of having it. Be honest, it's happened like twice since my last diagnosis, but for the most part, I don't have them.
Yeah.
But again, like my regimen is I make sure when I wake up, I have 1 scoop of my protein powder from Dot Fit. Can you actually grab it, babe?
Yeah, I'll show you that.
Yeah. So first thing that I do when I wake up in the mornings is I have 1 scoop of my Dot Fit vanilla all natural way smooth protein, and I put it in my shaker bottle, shake it up, and I drink that first thing right when I wake up in the morning. So it's this. For those of you who don't know Dot Fit is literally like nationally certified, high ranked. It's one of the best products that you can find. A lot of professional athletes take these products.
Not sponsored, by the way.
Yeah, not sponsored at all. And this is what I take. I take this plus their vitamins. I take their amino formula and their creatine every single day. So first thing when I wake up, I have a scoop of this in my shaker bottle. I shake it up with just water. I don't mix it with anything. I have it in its purest form just because I want as much of the nutrients going into my body as possible. So this is what I have when I wake up first thing in the morning. This is exactly what I have, and I drink it, and this just helps me start my day. It puts something into my body, so that way when I go and work out, I'm fueled for my workout. And then right when I get to work, I make my aminos formula drink in the flavor lemonade, and then I put a scoop of the raspberry lemonade creatine, the monohydrate one. I have that, and I shake that up and I drink that through my workouts. And my split is usually legs and glutes on Mondays and Thursdays, and then Tuesdays and Wednesdays is upper body. So Tuesday is chest and tri, Wednesday is back and bi usually, and then on those days I run, and usually Tuesday and Friday are my run days. But that's my split for my workouts and my supplements and everything that I take. If you want to show them that, babe.
Yeah, so we don't have the creatine right now.
Yeah, it's at my job. I keep that at my job for me.
But we do have this called the Active Multivitamin.
Yep, Active Multivitamin.
So I've been taking this, and for me, the energy levels for me have been pretty good. It does has a high antioxidant complex, high in vitamin D3. Is for teens and adults, so highly recommend this stuff.
It's really good. We take about 1 capsule every single day with that one.
And also, if you want to, like, you know, lose some weight, like belly fat or whatever.
Well, it doesn't help you lose, but it does reduce the bloating.
Oh yeah, that. And we do have the probiotic. I
live by that.
Yeah, we normally eat this after we eat dinner, or
so we have it after breakfast and after dinner usually. So we take 2 per day, but all of these products, honestly, these are godsend, and they've been helping me feel so much better. And to be honest, I know that it's gonna sound like, oh well, your job sells this, you're a sponsor. I'm not sponsored by them at all. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not sponsored with them, but it is at my job. I do try the product for myself, and I'm telling you right now, these products have saved my life literally. Like if I don't have this, I'm gonna feel like crap all day. I'm not even kidding. And I could eat healthy and eat solid foods, but if I don't have something like this to start my day with, my whole day is ruined basically, and I'm gonna feel like crap all day. But this is what I start with every single morning. First thing I wake up, before I even get ready for work, this is what I do. I have my protein right when I wake up, or like if I'm running late for work, I'll pre-make it and I'll take it to go, and I'll drink this on the drive into work. And so that's like my supplement regimen that I do. And then for my food, I have steak every single day. My breakfast is usually like avocado, like half of an avocado on a whole wheat English muffin, and then I'll scramble up some eggs, like 2 eggs. I'll scramble them, put that on top of the whole wheat English muffins, and then I'll put like the avocado spread on there, because I'll just mash up like half of an avocado, put it on my English muffin, and I'll put like either like some tomato or bacon, because again, I need high fats, high protein. So that's what I have. Or sometimes I do like thin steak. And then for my lunch, I might do steak and some type of veggie with like this much rice, because again, I have to be careful with the rice, just because it is higher in the glycemic food list. So I'm very careful about that. I do still have it, but not as much as what I used to have. And then for dinner, usually the same thing. Steak, some type of veggie, a little bit of grain, and that's pretty much it. And to be honest, I've been feeling much better since my diagnosis, since I changed my diet. I started working out again, relieving some of that stress, talking with my boss, getting on my supplements, and yeah, it's just been going really great. And I also do have a personal trainer. He is one of the managers as well. He's the general manager at the gym I work at. Again, I am the fitness director. He's the sales manager. His name's Jake. And he's been a godsend for me. He's been helping me out a lot. Like, I work out with him. He's my trainer. Yep. I work out with him about once a week. We do our sessions, and then I work out on my own as well.
I know him too, so
yeah.
Don't think it's like some weird. No, it's not like that.
Yeah,
it's like family for us.
We are. It's family there. And yeah, so I work out with him once a week. I take all my supplements every day. I eat predominantly clean and great for the most part. I do still let myself have a little bit of a cheat meal here and there, but like 80% of my diet is legit clean. Like, it's that. Because again, my diet is different based off my diagnosis. So don't take what I'm saying as far as what I'm eating and saying, oh, well, I'm going to do that, because your body might respond different. Remember, my body needs high fats, high proteins to keep my insulin levels balanced. If I don't have that, my blood sugar is going to drop. So there are certain things that my body specifically needs. It may be different for you. Your body might not respond well to having a bunch of fats and proteins. Your body might need less fat and more protein. And so based off of my diagnosis and everything that I've talked about in this video, those are some things that I've been doing the last 3 weeks to kind of turn everything around for me. And I'm off to a great start, and I feel really great. I have a lot more energy. I'm not as depleted as what I used to be. And it's honestly just been really nice feeling great again and feeling like myself again, because like, I used to wake up and I would just go to work in whatever, because I just felt like crap all day, every day. Like, from the time I woke up to the time I would go to bed, I just didn't feel like it. And I also gained so much weight. Like, let me show you my before and after picture. This is what I used to look like 3 weeks ago, and this is what I look like now. Like, that's a huge difference, like, for me. Oop.
Little hard to see.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's a big change. Like,
so if you notice, my stomach is pretty big. There's a lot of inflammation in my face, my thighs, my stomach. I have a lot of puffiness in the face. My pigment is gone. And then fast forward to now, my pigment is back. My stomach is slimmer. I don't have so much inflammation in my face. And I just feel better. I look better. I look a lot smaller through my midsection. And yeah, I feel really good. I feel much better. And yeah, it's a daily process. It's a daily journey that I'm going to continue to keep taking it one day at a time. But I just wanted to let you guys know what's been going on with me health-wise, just because I haven't been feeling the best the last year and a half, 2 years. And I'm finally on the up and up. And I'm just glad that we got a diagnosis and that I'm doing everything I need to do to turn it around. And I also just wanted to encourage anybody, like, if you're going through this as well, I just wanted to encourage you, like, go get that help you need. Go see your doctor. Go get those tests done. Advocate for yourself. Like, if your doctor's telling you one thing and you still feel off, go back and request certain things. Go get a second opinion if you need to, like I did. Because it's going to save your life, for real. I also want to throw this out there.
I mean, we don't know your financial state or whatever. If you cannot afford it, there are programs. I can't tell you exactly what programs, but there should be programs that help you financially so you can get that type of help. Because prior to this, she wasn't on my insurance yet, just because like we had just gotten married this year and I already had insurance, but she wasn't on it because, you know, we weren't married yet. I mean, she is now that it's the new year, but I also want to highly advise that too. And just a disclaimer too, we are not medical professionals. We're not at all. We're just telling you our experience and just kind of what we've been through.
Well, you are a medical professional.
Well, I mean, I'm not a doctor.
He's not a doctor, but you do work in the medical field and you see this stuff all the time coming through with what you do for work. So,
but we just want to just disclose that we're not telling you to copy us.
No,
but if you do have similar, like, you know, a similar situation that maybe we're in, I mean, you could give it a try, but I highly advise
Please consult with your doctor.
Yeah, consult with your doctor. Do what they would do for you, so that way, you know, because we're not doctors really, so
right.
we don't want to hold you accountable. That's all we're saying.
Right. But I just wanted to like come on and just tell you guys what's been going on and like share my journey of my recent diagnosis, because it is serious. Like if I don't take care of it, I am gonna spike myself into diabetes. So that's why I really advocated for myself, and I got the help that I needed, and I'm making those changes as far as my eating goes and getting on the right supplements for my body and my diagnosis to make sure that I'm taken care of and I'm not spiking myself into diabetes, because I don't want that, because it runs in my family, and I've honestly seen the seriousness of that disease and that sickness and that illness and what it can do to people when it's not taken care of.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to encourage you guys, like, please take care of yourselves. If you notice anything is off, please advocate for yourself. Go to your doctor. Go get a second opinion if you feel like your doctor just isn't hearing you. Not saying that mine didn't, because she did. I think that my doctor is amazing. Every single time that I've had an issue, she's never tried to push drugs down my throat. She's always
That's huge.
said, do it the natural way first. Fix your diet, work out, maybe cut this out, let's see, just before I throw a bunch of drugs at you, because you're young. Like, you can fix it now. You're young. Fix it now naturally before you get older and I have to put you on medication. Like, I love her for that, and that's exactly why I chose her as my doctor, because she always goes the natural route and tells me do things the natural way before I just put you on medication. She's really great.
She's great.
And
we
so,
love her.
yeah, that's what I've been doing, just to turn everything around. And I will start sharing a little bit more of my journey. I will post my before and after pictures from the last 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, on here after the video, so that you guys can see the slight transition that I've made. And then I'll upload my 30 days as well, because that actually is coming up in like 2 weeks, I think.
Coming up soon.
So, But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, thank you to everybody who subscribed to us.
Thank you.
We love you guys. We are so excited what God is doing with our channel and what God is doing with all of you guys. We're just super blessed, super overjoyed, and so happy that you guys even want to follow us, even want to come and like our videos. Because to be honest, you guys really don't have to. But the fact that you guys do, we are just so appreciative and so grateful to God for
so
every
thankful.
last one of you. So, yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys again so much. And if you're new, welcome to our channel.
Yes, welcome.
We got a lot of stuff we want to be doing and filming, so this is one of the subjects we really wanted to talk about. But for the ones that are returning back, thank you guys so much for returning back, first and foremost. And we love you guys. We hope you guys have a very safe day, good day, wherever you're at. And also, we hope you have a great new year, because 2025 is pretty big. And
very big.
It's pretty promising for us.
God is going to do some great things. And don't forget, guys, once we get to 500 subbies, we are going to do a giveaway. So just keep your eye out for that.
We've been talking about it. But
please comment, share, and subscribe, because once we get to 500 subs, we are going to do a giveaway. We're not going to tell you what it is yet. But we will do a giveaway, so please like, comment, and share on this video. Subscribe to us if you haven't already. We would love for you guys to be a part of the Matic family. And again, we just love you guys, and we really appreciate it. But yeah, guys, we will see you guys soon, and we will talk to you guys later. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Bye.
All right, y'all. Take it easy.
Bye, guys.